You already know what time it is, man. We're back here to start some more game on the ground from Hunger Hound. So just cut the pound and are ready for the next round. With that being said, man, we got some stuff that we're going to talk about today. Some crazy stuff, wild stuff, whatever you want to call it, man. Interesting stuff, disgusting stuff, inappropriate stuff, whatever you think that this category of stuff is in, is probably what it's in, honestly. And it's pretty. Some of it is like, what, why, uh, and how is it still up? You know, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's insane. But hey, man, that's what it is in the world. The world is insane these days. You know, that's just how it is. People lose their minds every single day. The world as a whole be losing their mind every single day. Society as a whole be losing its mind every single day. The further we go into life, the more we lose our minds. And that's just how it is, bro. And it's sad. It's a shame, but you know, that's what happens whenever you stray away from your original natural path, is you start to lose your mind because you realize how crazy everything is outside of it. You know, you're walking down a path and you see a fruit tree and you want to go off the path to get it, but there's all kinds of different thorns and bushes and snakes and wild animals waiting to pounce on you when you stay off the path. And when you do, you be surprised. And you're like, wow. And next thing you know, you get caught in thorns, you get caught by the animals, the snakes, you getting bit, scratched, all types of stuff. Don't stray off that natural originated path that you were supposed to be on. And that's just how it is, bro. Everybody was born on a natural path, and everybody be straying off of it. Don't stray off that path, son. That's just how it is. And you don't stray off that path and you won't go crazy. But if you do stray off that path, you're going to end up going crazy. You're going to end up going crazy. Like this fool right here. Just like this fool right here. Dudes be so crazy nowadays that they be sitting around and going up to other dudes and trying to hit on them. Can't make stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up at all whatsoever. A dude has gone so crazy to the point to where he will go and hit on other dudes instead of going to hit on his middle school crush or his high school crush or that coworker that he likes. He'll go and hit on you instead of going to hit on her. And that's wild to me. You know, I remember when dudes got made fun of for that. I remember when dudes got roasted for that. I remember when it wasn't okay for a dude to hit on other dudes. I remember when it wasn't okay for a female to hit on other females. I remember when it wasn't okay for a dude to, you know, have surgery down there and remove certain things and install certain things. I remember when that stuff wasn't okay. I remember when, as a dude, you said that you felt like a female, that you were feminine. I remember you got roasted. You got bullied in school if you sat around and said that you were a female in a dude's body. You got bullied. You got made fun of. You had your lunch money taken. You had your lunch taken from you. All types of stuff, bro. You got beat up in the bathroom and everything, bro. I remember those days. Nowadays, you can't even do nothing. You can't even say nothing relative to them people that's quote unquote hateful without getting in trouble. And it's insane. But that's just how it is, bro. You know why? Because society has lost its mind. Society strayed from the original path that it was born on, and it lost its mind. It wanted to go get some of the fruit off that tree, got caught up in all the thorns and thistles and snakes and wolves and all types of different wild animals waiting for it. It got caught up, and it ain't never got back on the path. It ain't never got back on the path that it was supposed to be on. It's a shame, but it is what it is, you know? History was already written to happen. So with that being said, everything in the future has already happened. It just ain't happened yet. It's already happened. It just has not happened yet. It's happened in the spiritual realm, but not here in the physical realm, not yet. Because you got to remember, everything that happens in the spiritual realm manifests itself in the physical realm. So you got some demons that are attacking you in the spiritual realm. They're gonna manifest themselves and the people around you. They're gonna start attacking you through them people. That's just how it is. What's good? Appreciate you for tapping in. But nah, man, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Everything that happens in the spiritual realm manifests itself in the physical realm. So y'all be sitting around saying, "No, man, I don't be sensing no demons, man. I don't be. Their spirits aren't real, man. Ghosts aren't real, man." Yeah, actually they are. You just too blind. You're not in tune with your spiritual senses to be able to sense it. A lot of people, the reason why they don't believe in spirits, don't believe in quote unquote ghosts, is because you're not in tune with their spiritual senses. If you was in tune with your spiritual senses, you would sense it. You would be able to sense the energy coming off of people. You'd be able to sense the energy coming off of people, whether they were good or bad. You'd be able to sense the energy of a spirit around you, whether it was good or bad. It don't even have to be coming off of one person. It could just be sitting right next to you and there's nobody there, and that's a spirit sitting right there next to you. But a lot of people, so many people, they be having demons all on them. They don't even know. They don't even know. Because they're so blind and so numb. Their eyes are closed. They're not in tune with their spiritual senses to know that there are demons all around them. And it's crazy. And they'd be the ones that would be the first ones led to the lake of fire. They'd be the first ones led to the lake of fire. And it's wild, man. So many people out there either don't care or they're just genuinely blind. They don't know the truth. Which, if you think about it, technically it's impossible to not know the truth, because you yourself have heard the truth at least once in your life. Now, whether or not you've chosen to acknowledge it or not, that's completely up to you. Whether or not you've chosen to follow it, to do more research, to read more, to figure out what's what and what ain't, is all up to you. So you can't sit there and say, "No, man, there is no truth because I don't know what the truth is." You've heard the truth. You're just blind because you haven't done your own research yet. You know, I remember talking to this one dude who was talking about the Bible and stuff, talking about the different books that were removed, talking about the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees and stuff, and he was saying, "Oh man, well, my daddy and my mama were both Southern Baptist preachers at the Southern Baptist Church, and they never said a single thing about the Book of Enoch. They would have known about it since they were preachers. How do you know about it?" Because I did my own research, son. They didn't do their own research. They didn't just because you a quote unquote preacher, that don't mean that you know everything. There's still a whole lot of research that you don't know. There's still a whole lot of research that I don't know. There's still a whole lot of research that everybody in here don't know. There's always more to be learned. Always. So just because you were something or you are something doesn't mean that you know everything there is to know about something. Just because you're a preacher don't mean that because you never heard of the Book of Enoch don't mean it wasn't real. A whole lot of people, man, "Oh man, well, I ain't never seen a giant, so it ain't real." Do you understand how long ago giants were? Do you understand that there are different history books? I guarantee you there are different history books that will talk about giants. I guarantee you, in every culture, somewhere, there is a book that talks about giants that existed back then. Why? Because giants were everywhere back then. They were real. Some people believe that they still exist, just in hibernation. I'll never forget one time back in, I think it was, I don't remember if it was around 2003 or if it was around 2008. Somewhere around there. There was a military unit in Afghanistan. Part of their unit had gone somewhere. They were in the mountains, and part of their unit came across this cave, and they were never seen again. So the rest of the unit went to go search for them. They found a couple of pieces of their scattered gear in the sand, and so they followed it, and it led to this cave, a huge cave in a mountain. And so they was gonna go into the cave until they seen this huge thing coming out the cave. It had red hair, long red hair, and red beard. Had 6 fingers and 6 toes on each hand and each foot. And they said it was probably about, I think you said it was about 17, 18 feet tall. And it took almost a whole unit to take it down. I mean, there was barely any survivors left from it. Had this huge spear and everything. He said that it impaled one of their dudes, one of their guys. So when they finally took it down, I mean, it took everything to take it down too. They finally took it down. The government came in and with the helicopters and the nets and all that stuff, the cargo nets, and they took it wherever they took it, and they held the soldiers under oath to not say anything about what they saw, because they know what the truth is. And the truth is that giants existed because the fallen angels came from heaven and mated with females when they weren't supposed to. That's the truth. They know the truth because they know the truth that pyramids were built by the giants. They wasn't built by no people. They wasn't built by no people because nobody could lift a brick that insanely huge. No technology can lift a brick that insanely huge. I don't care what anybody says. You can't. Those bricks, each of those bricks is probably about half the height of a house, and probably about, I'd say maybe a quarter to a half of the size of my living room. And you gotta remember, that's full of nothing but cement. What they used as cement back then. It's not hollow. They're not hollow. So no technology back then could have picked them up. No humans could have hoisted them up there. No horses could have pulled it. Nothing. No human could have built the pyramids. So when I hear people say, oh no man, it was the people that built the pyramids and they used the horses to pull the bricks and blah 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 blah. How the horses pulled it if it was that heavy? How can a horse pull a brick that is insanely huge? How can people pull a brick up each brick and keep going and keep going and keep going? You would think that if that were the case, there would have been some bricks that would have fell, come crashing down the pyramid and break some of the other bricks. There would be more damage to the pyramids than what there is. But there ain't. Because the giants built the pyramids. Them bricks are about maybe the height of about a 6 foot person. Maybe just a little bit shorter, maybe like 5'10", 5'11". That's how big them bricks are. Tall wise, height wise. No human could have built them bricks, built them pyramids. That's just how it is. The giants built them. The giants built them because they understood the geometry of the earth, because their fathers were spiritual beings from outside of the earth. So they understood how the earth worked. They understood where to build them. They understood what to put at the top of them. That's just how it is. They don't want you to know that though. They want you to remain in the dark, unknowing of what the truth is. They want you to remain blind. They don't want you to free yourself. They want you to stay focused on the materialistic things. They want you to worry about whether or not something's being sold in Walmart or something's being sold at a Bed Bath and Beyond or whatever. Bath and Body Works, whatever you want to call it. whatever store is out there that y'all like buying from, they want you to be worried about what's going on in those stores, what kind of sales they got going on. They don't want you to worry about where you actually came from. They don't want you to worry about how the earth was made. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. And it sucks. Because you remain in a shadow. You remain in a box. You have not broken out of that box yet. Shout out to Elevation and Growth for the Roses. Much love and appreciation. You are still in a box. You have not broken out of that box yet. Some of you never will. Some of you like your box. Some of you are comfortable in your box. Some of you prefer your box to getting out in the real world. Is very shameful. Because deep down, you know where you're going. You just don't want to accept the truth. Deep down, you know where that box leads to. You know the destination that you will reach if you remain inside that box. Because you know you've heard the truth at least one time. One time. And all it takes is just for one time for you to hear something. You can choose to accept it or you can choose to ignore it. But most of you will ignore it. Many are called, but few are chosen. So you're called. When you're called, you're told the truth. Many are called, many are told the truth. Few are chosen. Few choose to believe the truth and become chosen. The path that leads to destruction is wide and broad and everybody is on it, but the path that leads to life is narrow and long. Barely anybody will be on it. The amount of people on the path of destruction compared to the path of life will be insane. It is insane. There was one time, I don't remember what this chick's name was, but her son has the spiritual ability to see people, the spirits, through into the spiritual realm. He was born with this gift. And so he went with her to the store. I think it was a Walmart. And she asked him, and he was probably like 7, 8 years old at this time. She asked him, son, when we go in here, I want you to tell me who is saved and who ain't saved. And so when they went in there, not one soul in that store was saved. And he begged her, don't ever make me do that again. Because he saw how many people were actually on the path of destruction. He saw how many people would rather worry about buying Christmas and Halloween decorations and opening up your Bible and reading and praying. So many people get worried about getting their Christmas decorations set up in time just for one day. So many people get worried about setting up their Halloween decorations just for one night. One night. You spending $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, $10,000, $1,000, sometimes even more. Some people spend more than that. For what? There's no purpose behind it. There's no purpose behind it. Some people be spending $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 on decorations and presents and all types of stuff for one day. One day. For what? There's no purpose behind it. These holidays have curses attached to them. They have spells attached to them. And those spells get you to spend more money. Get you to waste more money. But not only that, they hold you down spiritually. because now you are attached to the spirit of those holidays. When they say get in the spirit of Christmas, get in the spirit of Halloween, get in the spirit of Easter, you don't understand. Those are literal spirits behind those holidays. They're not joking around when they say, oh, it's the Christmas spirit, it's the holiday spirit. There's a literal spirit behind it that's influencing you to buy stuff, to act a certain way. You feeling happy, guess what? You're only happy on that day. You ain't happy after that day. That happiness didn't last forever. Only lasted for one day. One day. That's not real happiness. That's that spirit tricking you into thinking that you're happy. That's that spirit bringing back the quote-unquote old memories, nostalgic memories from when you were a kid, to get you hyped up for those holidays. The spirit of Valentine's Day, the spirit of lust behind it. The spirit of Christmas is the spirit of greed behind it. Halloween is the spirit of fear behind it. Easter is a spirit of sacrifice behind it. There's a spirit behind every single holiday that you celebrate. That doesn't come from God. It doesn't come from Scripture. That doesn't come up out the Bible. Y'all think I'm playing. I ain't. But you don't care. Like I said, you've all been taught the truth at least once in your life. And you choose to ignore it. Choose to ignore it. That's completely up to you. And then you wonder why your children are terrified. You wonder why they end up going down paths they're not supposed to go on. They end up getting on substances they don't supposed to be on when they grow up. Why they be having nightmares. Because you invited all these spirits into their lives by celebrating these holidays, by having anything to do with them. People say, "Oh man, well, trunk or treat, that's not Halloween. That's the Christian version." Christian version. What Christian version of something profane? You cannot take something that's profane and make it mundane. You cannot take something that is profane and make it mundane. You can't. The church even prompted Halloween trunk or treat today. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. That's the spirit of deception. There's a spirit of fear and deception behind Halloween. Trunk or treat or trick or treat, it doesn't matter. A name does not change what it really is. That's what the enemy wants you to think, is that, oh, it has a different name, so that's not what it is, but it really is. Tarzan's swinging the other way, you know, the actuality that the Bible talks about. When a man has with another man. Same as a woman with another woman. Satan puts different titles on it. Love, acceptance. Honestly, I don't even keep up with it, but he puts different titles on different things to make you think that it's acceptable. He don't. Hey man, I'm just letting you know that hey, get him up out of here again, man. Get him up out of here. I don't care. That boy left and came back again. That boy left and came back. He typed the I. He typed the I and got muted and got mad. So he came back just to tell me that my mods are messed up. You can't make this stuff up, bro. I don't care, bro. My mods be doing what my mods be doing. Shout out to the moderators for doing what they're supposed to do, because they're doing what they're supposed to do. Hey man, I just thought I'd let you know that your mods are messed up because I typed the letter I and I got muted. Think I care? You got muted again, son. You think I care? I don't care. My mods do what my mods supposed to do. Look at this. We got somebody else worried about the wrong thing. She says, be funny up to this point. It is funny, bro. It's hilarious. Hey, man. I just thought I'd let you know that your mods are messed up. They muted me because I typed the letter I. Like, dude thought that he could come back in. Oh, man. That is hilarious. It's like you at the club and you acting a fool, not in the way that you're supposed to. And security comes and gets you and throws you out, and you go back into where you pay to go into the club, and you say, hey man, you go to talk to the bouncer. Hey bouncer, I just wanted to come over here to let you know that your security is messed up because I was rubbing up on a female that didn't like it and they threw me out for it. Boy, that bouncer gonna throw you across the parking lot. That bouncer gonna throw you across the parking lot, bro. He gonna really he gonna throw you in your car. He gonna chuck your car across the road. I can't, bro. Some people be having the audacity to tell me about something that I didn't care, that I don't ask about. Some people really be having that audacity, and it's insane. Makes you wonder how they got this far in life. Makes you wonder how they got this far in life. You can't make it up. Hey man, your mods are messed up. He said your mods are messed up, right? Oh my gosh. Oh no. You're not about to do all this. Hold up, man. Hold up. Is it legit like stuck on there? Yo, this is wild. You guys are witnessing the most epic fail ever. I can't get my bottle open. Hold on, give me a second. This is whack. Let me see. No, I literally can't get that open. That is wild. It's like somebody just super glued it or something. That's tough. But it is what it is, man. Some people, dude. Some people don't be having no lives to the point where they go on the internet and they jump from panel to panel screaming gang stuff. On Crip, cuz, on blood, on Crip. Like, who cares? Who cares? I'll never forget. I went on this one panel. And there's a whole bunch of people arguing over each other. Like, literally arguing, yelling over each other's voices, arguing, screaming over the dumbest thing in the world. Because somebody lost their son and somebody else decided to escalate the situation by acting like a monkey. Ooh, ooh, and an ah, and just everywhere. Slinging their own